Welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time, we got to meet the Dark Sun Gwendolyn, the leader of the Darkmoon Blades, and we became a member of the Darkmoon Blades ourselves. This time, it's finally time to start our quest for the Lord Souls. Sort of. We cannot do any of them at the moment, because if you remember, the path to Isolate and Nido are blocked by brilliant light because we didn't place the Lord Vessel. But there is one that can. There is one place that we can go that's not blocked by brilliant light. We can go back to New Londo to destroy the Four Kings. But there's a problem. The entire city is flooded at the moment, and it's consumed by a terrible dark. We're gonna need someone's help for it. Before we ask for that help, let's talk to Andre.
Oh, my. What a brilliant ember you have there. I've only heard legends of such specimens. The embers used for the secret rites of divine blacksmiths. Perhaps you could lend it to me. I've long dreamed of forging divine weapons.
That's right. Andre will take the large divine ember. Let's give it to him. It better have been worth it.
Splendid. Splendid. Thank you. Andre of Astora never disappoints. I assure you.
Right. Power of this large divine ember. I want to make a few modifications. We can raise the divine cup plus 5 even higher. Plus 6. 7. 8. And that's as high as it goes, because we don't have more white titans.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
But we have another ember. How about this one?
Show me that ember of yours. Well, I've never heard of a black ember. How about leaving that ember with me? I find it strangely fascinating.
The Dark Ember, used by the Occult Rebellion. He's never seen this before. Makes sense, he has nothing to do with it. Just be careful, Andre.
Yes. Well, thank you. This ember really is something special. I'm already under its spell. I sense great potential indeed.
I don't know what to make of this. But, with this, now it can make Occult Ascensions. But you need a plus 5 divine weapon to make one. They work on specific enemies. Occult damage isn't really that useful. Is there anything you can offer us? Well, there is something. You buy a bunch of titans. How about 12? Yeah. Alright. Andre has something new to tell us about. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Darkroot Garden, Andre?
Oh, yes. And one other thing about the Darkroot Garden. It is said to house the grave of Sir Artorius, the Abyss Walker. Only, of those who ventured into the forest, none has returned.
Thank you. Thank you for the information. Thing is, though, we already had access to that information. We know that the Darkroot Garden is home to the grave of Artorias the Abyss Walker, one of Gwyn's 4 knights. One of the 4 knights of Gwyn. But maybe maybe the knowledge of the Abyss Walker, the power to traverse the dark, as Alvina said, could be useful. It could help us take down the 4 kings. Welcome back to Darkroot Garden. I'm sorry, there's just something in my throat right now. Anyway, this is the time that you're actually supposed to visit Darkroot Garden, after Anor Londo. Die. Well, we can get a bunch of moss while we're at it. The moss doesn't hurt anything. And what's this? Remember this door? I'm gonna pull out an item. The crest of Artorias. I managed to buy this from Andre a long time ago, before we left Sen's fortress. I didn't discuss what it is because it wasn't convenient. Crest opens sealed door in the heart of the forest. This crest opens a door in the Darkroot Garden sealed by ancient magic, such as, like the magic of Lulaseal, maybe? The door leads to the grave of Sir Artorias, the Abyss Walker. Many adventurers have left for the grave, but none have returned. They make easy prey for local bandits. With such dangers, the crest can do more harm than good in the hands of the uninitiated. They come to the grave to learn how to traverse the dark. Now we're gonna go and find it. The Crest of Artorias takes us back into the Darkroot Forest. But there's a bit of a problem. A long time ago, when we were back in Blighttown, we kinda messed things up, and now the Forest Hunters are all very angry at us. Because we broke their one rule. Fight. Sorcerer just doesn't fight. It takes a while for them to do something. Ah, here we are. Ah, crap. I'll see you later. Really, if you miss that one attack, you're screwed. Maybe I should just go for... Maybe I should stop for a backseat. Or just use my bow. Do that. Ow. This is taking way too long. There. Now we're gonna kill him. Well, we're definitely not gonna be let back in now. We really messed up. Shiva's dead. Yeah. Shiva of the East, more like Shiva the Deceased. You are going to die. Let's just ignore the other ones, because I want to leave them alive. I wonder what Alvina has to say about this, because as the Covenant Ring said, a trusted friend of Knight Artorius and a great wolf Sith. A great wolf Sith. She told us not to go in, because she took it upon herself to protect Artorius' grave. Greetings, Alvina. We killed Shiva. How are you going to react?
Oh, it is thee. Thine kinsmen are betrayed by thee. This doth bode most badly. No rest will ease thy rotten soul whilst there is one clansman living. Forever tormented thou shalt be by our very howls. Hellish villain, thou hast used us most foully, thine own family. For thee, no mercy shall be shown.
Alright, now we're on the Force Hunters hit list. They want us dead. They want us really dead. And yeah, they want us dead, and Alvina just disappears. She's gone forever. You mess up the Force Hunter Covenant, you're done. There is no way to fix it. Actually, there is one way to fix it. You could absolve your sins with Oswald, and that'll fix it. Because it gets rid of the sin. But other than that, you're out of the Force Hunter Covenant for good. If you turn your blade on a Force Hunter. Even by accident. We did deserve it, but I was gonna kill Shiva anyway. He had nothing to offer to this quest line was cut, unfortunately. Mushrooms. I want to fight you again. Oh, that camera was crazy. These guys are really easy compared to how hard they were before. They can still do a lot of damage, but they can't take too much damage. We just want to get their gold time resin, because that's always handy. Get out of there. Dead. And we managed to get 3 resin, which is really good. Thank you, Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. The babies can also drop them, so we should probably murder them too. I'm sorry about this. We orphaned a bunch of baby mushrooms again. 666! We're turning into monsters! Yeah, 666. We do 666 damage to them. We're the devil. And that's all of them. We got a few resins. We got at least 5, which is really good because we're going to be needing them. Now we're going to go down here. Across this path and over there. Past the forest is the grave of Artorias, and this is the only place in the garden that we haven't looked. And here we are. This is the place. There's Artorias the Giant. There's his greatsword that he was unmatched with. Right. Before I go towards the grave, I'm going to go behind it. So there's something interesting here. The Hornet Ring. This is the last of the special rings. There were 4 rings. The Hawk, the Wolf Ring, the Hawk Ring, the Leo Ring, and the Hornet Ring. These are the 4 rings of Gwyn's 4 knights. The Wolf Ring belonged to Artorias. The Hawk Ring belonged to Hawkeye God. The Leo Ring belonged to Dragon Slayer Ornstein, and who did the Hornet Ring belong to? One of the special rings granted to the 4 knights of Gwyn. The Hornet Ring belonged to the Lord's Blade, Kiran. By boosting critical attacks, its wearer can annihilate foes, as Kiran's dagger laid waste to Lord Gwyn's enemies. So this belonged to another knight of Gwyn. Her name was Kiran. She was the Lord's Blade. She was an assassin. She was an assassin for Gwyn during the Age of Fire, when it was a bit more dangerous to be in power, because there were enemies. Well, is that Kiran herself? We don't know about Goth, or we don't know about Goth. We know that Artorias is dead. This is his yard site. We don't know about Goth. We killed Ornstein ourselves, and so this is the only one tied to a body. This could be Kiran herself. Maybe she wanted to pay respect to her fellow knight. Could be. Have all these swords and smaller graves around here. People have been here before. that the Great Grey Wolf Sith has been defeated. Soul of Sith, the Great Grey Wolf, who guards the grave of Artorias, the Abyss Walker, used the Soul of Sith, who inherited the Divine Knight Sword, to create a unique weapon. With the Soul of Sith, you can create the Great Sword of Artorias, or you can create the Great Shield of Artorias, which has the highest ability of any shield in the game, even though it cannot parry. Sith was Artorias' pet wolf. He took it upon himself to guard the grave of his master, and we were so determined to get it that we killed him for it. Even while he was critically damaged, he still fought on. This is probably the moment that people realize this game is something else. I wouldn't say it for me. Sith didn't really hold any meaning for me, but I can understand why he held meaning for a lot of other people. The other thing we got, which is more important, the Covenant of Artorias. This ring symbolizes Knight Artorias' covenant with the beasts of the Abyss. Its wearer, like Artorias himself, can traverse the Abyss. The power to traverse the dark is now ours. I'm sorry I killed Sith Artorias, but I had to. Thank you. Next time on Dark Souls, we head to New Londo and destroy the Four Kingdoms. See you guys then.